Hello there, welcome back to Vintage Story. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am, but I'll get to that in a minute. The milk cellar's done. Oh, for the most part. We still gotta put another 4 racks in here. And I don't know what I'm gonna do up top, if I'm gonna do anything at all. And maybe a lantern. Keep it nice and well lit. But we've got all this milk. It's got a 1.7 year shelf life in here. In these, it's got 35 days, right? Let's grab a bottle, click it on. 39 days, almost 40. So, lasts much longer in here. We also have our yogurt in here, the pasteurized milk. We've got a whole ton of cheese now. Maybe I'll make some shelves. Ooh, that's an idea. I'll put a few shelves up here and we'll store our milk and cheese in here. That sounds like a good idea. But that's our milk cellar, and you can tell it's the milk cellar because the milk colored door. And I also used either cypress or larch for the shelves. Looks pretty good. I also used oak because the two colors go together nicely. But now this is bigger and it feels less cluttered. I like it. I said I'm feeling pretty good. I just ran, well, not just, it was a couple hours ago, but I ran a 9K today. And the app calls it a pyramid. When I ran track and field, they were ladders. 200 meters, 400 meters, 600, 800, 1K, 800, 6, 4, and 2. I beat my PB again. I have decreased my PB, personal best, by 3.5 minutes over the last 8 days. That's awesome. I'm almost to where I was back when I ran track and field in high school many years ago. So yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Pretty tired. But I get a little work done. I swapped out some of our lanterns. I had these bronze lanterns in our barn, but I bought some copper lanterns from a trader the other day, and I decided not going to be seeing them much, so let's put the copper lanterns in the barn and put the bronze ones elsewhere. Talking about the barn, I did replace some slabs I still had up there. I completely forgot about. I stripped all the oak in all the logs in here, so the debarked oak matches going all the way around. And I stripped the walnut as the supports, and I have to say I actually really like the stripped walnut. It goes along with the oak not too badly, pretty well. It just looks a bit like aged oak. In fact, if I had some stripped aged logs, I could put them next to it and it would probably be a nice blend of the three. There's the stripped walnut, stripped oak, and stripped aged wood. But yep, that's done. We go around the side. I have chiseled all the side walls, so they all have that slight texturing that I did on the other side, on the inside of the base. And I've indented all of these walls. I need 2 more slabs for the roof there. I'll worry about that later. But I've indented all of these, so the barn is pretty much done. And I like it. It looks pretty good. So, next project is we're going to build the armory. And I went around and I made up a bunch more oil lamps. And I placed them around the base so it's actually staying lit up for the most part at nighttime. There are a few dark spots, but like right back here on the back side of the coop, I could do something with that later. But yep, the base is I dare say nearing completion, because, you know, as soon as I say that, I'm going to find something else to do. But should probably put a lantern in here also. I think that'll look nice. And, oh, I just did this. I did not like all the packed dirt square here. So I replaced all the packed dirt with dark mud bricks. Got the hole there so I can light the charcoal pit when it's done. And I've got a little dirt here because I break this to, you know, put dirt in. And mud bricks, no, they look pretty good, but they have a chance when you break them to be destroyed. So I don't want to be mining these bricks too often. So for this spot here and that there, I'm going to go with the packed dirt again, just like that. Which is also why I have the packed dirt there, because I'm going to be breaking that often to place the fire to start the pit kiln. Fire pit, not pit kiln. Charcoal pit. Did I mention it's like after midnight? I'm a little tired. My brain's not functioning anymore. Anyway, so this is upgraded. It looks better. It's gonna be, this is now a permanent fixture. I think I'll put a little path here using the path blocks. And I made a bed of nails mold and a bed of nails. Because I keep getting harassed by bears, I'm going to build a bear trap. It's not truly a bear trap, but it's a trap for bears. Over here, by the window where my rams and ewes are. So the bear will come up, trying to get to them, fall in a hole. I'll put the primitive survival pitfall stuff above it. And the bear will fall in, be stuck down there, land on the bed of nails, and it will slowly take damage while it's stepping on the nails. So we'll get rid of bears that way. And I'll do one or two back here where the drifters like to spawn and like to bother me through the walls. So we'll have, well, they'll take care of themselves for me. I won't have to deal with them. So I gotta go make another 2 or 3 beds of nails. They're pretty quick, but they do take 2 ingots of metal. So, and I think we should go exploring a little bit. Well, I was going to go out exploring, and now we have a rift storm coming. So, I just wasted a bunch of time making pitfall traps that you can't see from inside. I have to actually go outside. And I don't know why I wasted time putting the grass and dirt on it, because as soon as the first drifter steps on it, it all falls down. But there's one... The light just changed. There's one nail bed in there. And if we run all the way to the front of the barn, I need one of those old school Batman, the animated series sound effects, you know. And and here's the other one. I am smart. SMRT. Yeah, there's no point actually putting the... As I knock everything back down. No point actually putting the pitfall stuff on here. The bamboo and whatnot. Like I said, as soon as the first animal steps on this, or the first drifter, it all falls in. So, I guess I'm just leaving gaping holes in my ground now to catch bears. Oh, neat little tip if you didn't know this. So, collecting grass in the wintertime is a pain. If you shift and right click on the snow, you'll actually pick up, well, up to 3 layers, and you can pick up all the snow as snowballs, which you can also throw. They do a minuscule amount of damage, so you can actually have a snowball fight if you're on a server. But once you've lowered the snow down to this level here, you can cut the grass. And you can use a scythe if you want. So if it's winter time and you're having a hard time getting grass for whatever purpose you need it for, you can just, you know, shift and click and pick up the snow. You cannot put the snow back down though. So can I do it on I cannot do it on these paths. Okay, well, since we've got a storm coming and I need temporal gears, I think I'm going to keep myself busy for a little bit. And I think I'm going to grab my steel knife that I made the other day. And because this one's probably going to break pretty quick. Actually, just swap them out now. Those knives can be for cooking. And that turned out pretty good for us. We got 4 temporal gears, which means I can use 2 of these to go make some more pellets for our airship. We got 1 Jonas assembly, which we can use to make the night vision mask. We are going to need copper nick. I have that piece, I think. I have that piece. I have metal parts. That's the piece I just got. I have one of those. I don't have one of those. So, I mean, I've got some of the parts, but not enough to make a night vision goggles set. So we're going to have to go out and collect the parts. I keep thinking I need a lot less than I do for this. There we go. That's enough pellets to last us a while. We are running low on charcoal, however. So I'm going to have to go about refilling the newly upgraded pit kiln, charcoal pit. It's a good thing we got an airship because we can go look specifically for those giant oak trees and chop just those down. That will save us a lot of time. Come to think about it, if we can find ourselves some redwood trees, that'll save us a lot of time too. Not sure where those are though. Oh, you can access the inventory. There we go. You can access it without climbing in it. This is the R menu you get by sitting in and pressing R. Shift, right click. That means I can stick those in there and those in there. And this will slowly charge up on its own. Okay, I'm going to get ready, wait for the morning, and then we're going to go fly and chop some lumber. We need... How much do we need? I made this bigger now. It is 5 by 5 by 4. I need 100 log piles, which takes 32 logs. Firewood. I need 100 firewood piles, which takes 32 firewood, and each oak each piece of wood gives us 4. We need 3,200 firewood, which is divided by 4, 800 logs. Wow. Okay. Yep, that's a lot. If we're gonna be going out, there's no point bringing my... Oh, well, no, I'll bring my pick with me in case I find a meteor site. But we'll swap our backpack. We'll swap our mining bag for a backpack slot. Gives us a little more inventory to deal with. You know, I was wondering, how is it that I'm getting cold so fast? All of my clothing is in tatters. We're going to have to repair that. But as you notice, the airship has a bit of a temperature balancing thing. You can't freeze to death while flying in it. Who had ArcWolf falls out of his airship on the bingo card? Well, we were over here anyway. But yeah, so this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be flying around, finding these massive oak trees, and chop them down. Because like I said, I need 800 logs. And my airship has landed itself. Alright, so that's 32, 64, 96, 128. So, you know, that's we have a long way to go still. And see, now I'm freezing. Temperatures dropped very low. So if we run back to our airship, hop back in. Do I need to have it on, or just sitting in it is fine? Need to have it on. And there we go. My temperature's recovering. So you cannot freeze to death while you're in your Vicecraft machine while it's running, but you will absolutely freeze when you get outside of it. I mean, that's not bad for one tree. We're going to want to replant the logs. Control, not shift. And yeah, we're just going to go around collecting all the massive oak trees I can find, and hopefully not missing any logs in the process. And then we can refill the charcoal and start making more charcoal. Meantime, like I mentioned, I think last episode, when I'm going somewhere, I can make sure there's no bears or wolves hanging out around. Oh, there's two. Did it again. There are two fruit trees over here. Cherry and pink apple. Aha, I got back in. Go figure. If you wear clothes that's literally not in tatters, you don't freeze in 5 minutes. We're doing pretty good. I did have to repair everything though, but we're good now. On that note, look at this tree. I know some trees can spawn with special shapes. This is really cool. I want to say, I don't necessarily want to say special shapes. I mean, not straight logs like this here, you know? There is some variance, and I like that. Looks really cool. Don't know if they can grow that way from saplings, or if they only grow that way during world generation. But we almost have enough logs now. Just need 1 or 2 more trees. If that's oak, that should just about do it. And then we'll have enough for our pit kiln. Not pit kiln, I always call it the wrong thing. Our charcoal pit. And then we can go find something else to do while all of that processes. And I fell out again. Nope, that's a walnut tree. I like that look too, though. Oh, there we go. There's another double oak tree. I tried... Okay, in Minecraft, if you have some of the trees that can grow as 2x2s, jungle trees, dark oak, if you plant the saplings next to each other, that's how you can... Doesn't always work, but you can get a 2x2 tree. So I tried doing that over by our base with oak. It's going to take a very long time to grow because I do have trees on 8x growth time. So it takes a very long time for trees to grow in this world. But we'll see if we can cause trees to do this ourselves, or if there's a random chance. Now we're going to have plenty of wood. In fact, I'm probably going to have excess that I can toss in my barrel so I can get started on our... I was going to say guardhouse. Armory. And use wood in that too. So I don't want to use all stone. Well, it's officially January of year 2, and because we start in year 0, we are technically on our 3rd year. Though it is still only our 2nd January. But yes, we are now on year 3. And I went out to one of the ruins that was way down over here, where there was some of the very aged wood and some of the aged wood. So I went and got that. Plus I got some walnut. And I think I'm going to sort of try to vary this up a little bit. You know, use like some of the aged wood. That's too much of a contrast. Yeah, and sort of just work on the building a little bit using the different debarked the debarked logs as the front face, and the sides will be stone, and going outside the base will be stone also, but the front's gonna be wood. I think give it a little bit of a different look while still being structurally sound outside with the stone. No one in there. And then I'm going to want a little more oak for the door frame. And I think I'm going to put the door right here. So do that. Maybe put some walnut there. And yeah, I'm just going to work with walnut, aged logs, oak, and then some of the very aged debarked logs as I throw my food out. Just to sort of, you know, I might make this section wood also. That side connects directly to the gatehouse, so you're never gonna see it, so it doesn't matter as much. But yeah, over here we can do something. It's not bad. It might be too tall. Well, I do want it tall because I want to have 2 levels. Because you come in, you'll have your first like sets of armor down here, and then you'll have another floor up there. So we can always do a slanted roof up. I'm gonna have to sleep on it a little bit, I think. I do like the aged debark. It goes well with the oak, and the very aged does give it a bit of contrast. I'm not so sure about the walnut. It's a little too purple. Well, I'll sleep on it, figure out what I do like and what I don't. But here's the basic outline. We're going to go inside. We're going to push this all the way back. And I'm going to have an armor stand for every single type of armor. Everything from the improvised, which we never even made. Firewood plus dry grass plus a knife. So everything from the improvised all the way up through steel plate. And we're going to store it all in here. So it's going to take a little while to work on it. I need to gather some more stones for the outside wall, but there we go. I think that's a good start. I think this should be enough charcoal to last us a good little while. Without counting it. It should be quite enough. And I built the outside wall. So now we have our nice little box. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to chisel all of these and just add the debarked logs on the inside so that the inside matches the wall. Well, this outer wall here, but the outside of the wall will be stone. And I just gotta say, I do really love interspersing the sylvite with the granite. It just helps break it up just a little bit. It doesn't look as bland as flat, they work really well together. Now all I gotta do is get some whole Sylvite, the raw Sylvite, that I could then turn into Ashlar bricks, and then see about making some dry stone Ashlar to mix in also. Otherwise, I think the armory is ready to move on to the next stage. We're going to add a floor, a floor to the actual ground, add a balcony, and start loading up with all the armor. And we gotta craft almost all the armor. We only have 5 sets of armor, so we need to craft a lot of them. But now we're ready to move on to the next part. But that'll be in a future episode. Until then, thank you for joining me today. Hope you've had a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Later.